Howdy, how y'all doing? This is Travel Combr. Hoping you guys having a great day. I certainly am. I was over at Dollar Tree the other day and I was just wondering, could I cook a Thanksgiving dinner by using products at Dollar Tree? So I went shopping to see if I could, and I made a menu, and you know what? I think I can. Well, I went and bought the products, and we're gonna cook a Thanksgiving dinner, so come join us. We're gonna go ahead and do a gourmet dinner here using the stuff from the dollar store. Of course, we have to start with this great shrimp cocktail. Nothing's better than having a shrimp cocktail. When you go to the fancy restaurants, that's what you get. So we got ahead and got some farm-raised cooked shrimp. There's about 10 shrimp in here. We're going to take their fancy cocktail sauce there for $1, pour it in the glass, make it nice and pretty, and we're going to have the best shrimp cocktail that you've ever had. With that, we're going to take some pressed turkey. We're going to have some turkey wraps. We're going to create that with some kosher baby dills. Nothing better than a kosher pickle. Put some pepper jack with it, and wow, if I stick that stick in it, holy smoke, that's going to be fancy. Now, how can you have Thanksgiving without olives? I picked the best olives that are ever produced. They're the olives stuffed with minced pimento, and I love green olives. You look like you're at a gourmet dinner, for sure. Now, the biscuits themselves. It took me the longest time to find biscuits. It was yesterday that I finally found real biscuit mix. Now, I did find this cornbread, and I had it here at the house for about a week because I found that at a dollar store. So we're gonna take that and just toss it out. Texas style cornbread, goodbye. Not for me. Fancy stuff. And this is fancy, this is Red Lobster level. Taking the biscuit, take some cheddar cheese, shred it up, put it in there, bake it up, and holy smoke, you're gonna have the best biscuit. I tell you, if you went and did this, you would not go any further for a Thanksgiving dinner. This would be it. But, of course, there's stuffing. Now, I'm used to making homemade stuffing, but this is just as good, right? It's gonna be stuffing mix in a pot. Wonderful. We're gonna make it fancy. We don't have any giblets, or giblets if you want to pronounce it that way. So we're gonna go ahead and use some great old Farmer John $1 sausages. I know these are gonna be the best sausages in the world. We're gonna fry them up, chop them up, stick in the mix. One of the favorites there on Thanksgiving dinner. Now, yams. Oh, my family hates yams. Now I'm gonna make these into candy yams. I'm gonna take some brown sugar, which you can buy there, and I'm gonna mix it all up. And I couldn't find marshmallow, so I'm gonna use these something better. It's gonna be jet puffed marshmallow cream. Ooh, jet puffed. Why bother cooking up potatoes? Why peel them? Why throw them into the pan? Why boil them when I can buy powdered? Can't be anything better. Now, I grew up with these. It's the only thing my mom knew how to cook. You put some butter on those, you put some gravy on it, and you won't even know they're potatoes. It's gonna be the most wonderful thing in the world. So we're gonna cook those up, and it's gonna go with our California blend vegetables. Of course, they're gonna be carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. I love this, and we're gonna take some of this cheese, melt it up, pour it to the top of it, and it's gonna be a great vegetable blend. Gonna be a favorite with on the Thanksgiving table. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna take that first. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use turkey gravy, right? Turkey gravy, it covers up the taste of everything. It's like the wonderful thing there at Thanksgiving dinner. So we're gonna put it into our gravy boat right here, the $1 gravy boat. We're gonna take it and we can be able to pour it over our potatoes, pour it over our dressing, we're gonna pour it over our turkey and say, this is the heart of the meal. Kind of binds everything together in one type of goo or another. Now, not Thanksgiving without jelly cranberry sauce. We're gonna open it up, stick it out there, look like a little can there, and say, this is really good. And you guys all recognize that because I know you've all done that. Now, I'm not a fan of that, but a lot of people are. Notice the dent in there. Every can that was at the dollar store was dented, but that's okay. I think it will taste the same. Now it's time to cook the turkey. We're gonna take a whole turkey pan, we're gonna cook it in that turkey pan and say this is our main dish. Now, I had to make a choice here. Do I want some breaded or do I want unbreaded? And what I'm gonna do here is probably use this right here, open it up, gonna bake this up, gonna get some gravy put over the top of it, stack that up with some good old dressing, and there's my main dish. It's gonna be the best main dish you've ever had. Of course, you can't go without a good drink. A lot of people like to have wine with their dinner. Well, we don't get any wine there in our dollar store, but we can get some Martinellis and say, yeah, I can wash everything down with that. Thank you. And the last thing is you can't have Thanksgiving dinner without pie. I love key lime pie. I bought it, and that will be our pie, Thanksgiving pie, synonymous with everything. This will be wonderful. Let's go do it. We're going to start with an appetizer today. It's going to be a tasty little shrimp cocktail. We got this shrimp from the freezer section, about 10 shrimps in each bag. We're just going to fill the bottom of the glass with cocktail sauce and make it look pretty, then hold it in the fridge until we're ready to eat. So first, let's start with the cocktail sauce. Voila! There it is. Trying to keep the sides of the glass clean, and we can start assembling the cocktail. It's a really easy dish. We have a celery sprig as a garnish. I cheat a little bit because, that's not from the dollar store. Then we just take this cocktail shrimp and neatly arrange them around the side of the glass. It's all about presentation. Just to make a fun little sample to start out our Thanksgiving dinner. There it is, my shrimp cocktail. So let's make another appetizer. Our relish dish is going to have olives, pickles, cheese, and sliced turkey. We're going to combine all the salty and savory flavors into a convenient deli roll today we're going to call Pilgrims on a Stick. Start with a simple slice of turkey, add a pickle and a slice of cheese on one side, and trim it down to size. Hopefully, maybe it'll stay together. Once you have this flavor-packed meat tube, hold the whole thing together with a quick jab of a toothpick. Then slice some cheese and turkey to go on the side with our olives and pickles. It's biscuit time! Let's mix together some milk, melted butter, shredded cheese, and of course the mix. We'll make 4 biscuits and slide them into the oven at 425 American for 10 minutes. These look really good and smell even better. The next thing we're going to cook is the stuffing. It says easy single step, cooks in 5 minutes. It looks like there's more than one step, so I don't know if it's really true, but we're going to make it the best that we can. Starts with 1.5 cups of water. It calls for a half stick of butter, so let's put it in there and bring it to boil. We're also going to make it extra fancy and add some delicious sliced sausage. The sound of frying sausage fills the kitchen with life and smells amazing. Then we fold in the mix and fluff it with a fork. Hopefully, there's some turkey in that sausage. How can it be Thanksgiving without some smooth, creamy mashed potatoes? These Hungry Jack mashed potatoes are made with 100% real Idaho potatoes. If you want to know what a real Idaho potato looks like, well, here it is, authentic russet potato. Now that looks great, but we aren't going to boil that baby up. I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of butter, a cup of water, and about 1/3 of that bag of potatoes for our Thanksgiving dinner. Pour that water in. Now let's get that butter melted down and put into the water. Pour in our instant mashed potatoes, stir up with a fork, and we got some good silky mashed potatoes. Now let's go ahead and make some candy yams. I love candy yams. We're going to take a can of yams, pour them into a baking dish. Next, we're going to spread a half cup of brown sugar even across the top. Then finally layer a thick dollop of jet puff marshmallow cream. Bake it for 15 minutes and we're going to have a sweet, traditional Thanksgiving dish. Oh yeah! Look at that goodness. It's puffed up like a s'more over a campfire. One of the hardest dishes here is the turkey gravy in a can. We're going to open up the can, pour it out, and put it in the microwave until it gets hot. Cranberry sauce, my can nemesis. Open that can and pound it out. It's going to blop into a can-shaped blob of red goo. You either love it or leave it. But it is a Thanksgiving tradition that makes its way onto my plate. What? I can't believe my nemesis beat me again. California vegetables. I'm going to microwave them up. I bet they taste as good as they look. Exactly as good as they look. Let's fix up our main dish here. Just get the patties out and get them into the turkey pan and ready for baking. We'll get the grill patties out too. There it is. Maybe I'll leave the cheese on that one, which will probably make it taste better. We're ready to bake these up as a centerpiece of our meal. Let's get in and let's get it cooking. It's pie time for some key lime pie. I love key lime pie. I bought it, and that it will be our pie, Thanksgiving pie, synonymous with everything. It will be wonderful. Thank you for joining us doing our Thanksgiving dinner. We have our main dish, stuffing, a relish dish, vegetables, mashed potatoes, rolls, yams, and even a pie. Thank you for joining us again.
Do me a favor, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. This is the Travel Comber signing off.